Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to our grammar session, and inshallah we'll be starting okay. So we are on the course 4 grammar with page 13 pointer A. Bismillahi alhamdulillahi wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So in this lesson we are going to learn words for sifah, which is the adjectives, and bab tafdeel, which is again a part of the adjectives, but it is little more, and mubalagha is the maximum extent that a word can be reached. So all are part of adjectives in English. Just a revision from what we had done last time. In the previous lesson, we had learned ismul makan, that is a noun of place. So in that, we learned that there are three types wherein the noun of place can be made. So one was maf'alun, and from that we made the word makhrajun. Okay, so from maf'alun, the screen share is gone. I'll share it again. Okay, right. So okay, so one way of making is maf'alun with fatha on the end kalima. Makhrajun is the place of exit. Kharaja means to exit. Makhraj is the place of exit, right? So to remember the patterns, this sentence has been designed by Dr. Abdul Rahman, who's conducting the course. So I come out of, that is makhraju, of my house. So makhraj is one format, and I go to the masjidun. This has a dhamma, a kasra here. Sajada, yes, masjid is the maf'ilun. So first was makhrajun, then second type is masjidun, and then go to the madrasah. So here we have maf'alatun, madrasatun, right? So these are the types, and to make the ismul makan, makhraj, masjid, and madrasa, you remember these three words, and you will get the patterns of how to make different nouns of place. Makhrajun with a fatha and the ain kalima, masjidun with a dhamma in the ain kalima, and madrasatun with a ta, a tanisa, but this doesn't mean that it's a feminine word. Madrasa, madrasa, and again the ain kalima has a fatha, madrasa. But we saw that the plurals of all these are going to be the same. Makharij, masajid, and madaris. The plural pattern is mafa'ilun, mafa'ilu, makhariju, masajidu, and madarisu. This will have only one dhamma. Okay, only one dhamma. So all the plurals are same, even if the singular are of different pattern. This is what we learned in last class. Okay, so today's class, as I said, we are going to be learning sifat, that is the adjectives, and different types of making the sifat, and then comparing it to tafdeel, that is in English you call it comparative degree, and superlative degree. Tafdeel, mubalagha will be superlative degree. So you have already learned fa'il is the doer, that is active participle. For example, with nasara means he helps. Nasir is the one who helps, means helper. In English, it will be helper, er, right? It is not necessary that he should always be helping. Nasir means somebody who helps, but it is not necessary that he is always continuing to help, right? However, if he always does so, that means always helping, that becomes his attribute, that is sifat. Okay. In such a case, we use the word nasir, indicating that his helping is his attribute, and then the pattern is fa'il. So nasara, nasir is active participle, one who helps, but he might be helping sometimes. But somebody who's helping every time is nasir, right? So this is on the pattern of fa'il. If he has this quality more than others, then the word will be taking the pattern of af'al, right? And more than fa'il. So fa'il is nasir, and Af'al will be ansar. Ansar means somebody who's helping too much or maximum helper. So comparative degree, as we say in English, great, greater, greatest, something like that, right? But we will come to that in Babe Tafdeel on how it is. So these are different patterns. One is Fa'il, which becomes like Nasir. I'll just highlight that. Okay. So Nasir, from Nasir, one we have Nasir, one we have Nasir, and one we have Af'al. Af'alu. So that is like Akbaru. We'll take examples so that that thing becomes clear. Okay. So in Sifat, we have Kabir. Like Nasir, we have Kabir, and the feminine form will be Kabirah. Kabirah, right? So this is big. Kabir and Kabirah, feminine form. Then we have Kathir, and Kathirah is the feminine form. Kathir means more. Kabir means bigger, big. Kabir is big and Kathir is more. So these are all sifat and these are the pattern of fa'il. Kathir, Kabir, Kathir. Then we have Rahim, which is merciful. So as we said, this means that he's merciful all the time. Rahim means one who is merciful. Sometimes he's having mercy. Rahim, he is every time merciful. Then we have Azim, that is great. Then we have Shadid, which means severe. This is all on the pattern of Fa'il. Then we have Aliyun, means high. A'la and Ali. Aliyun is high, right? So these are all the sifat or the adjectives: Kabir, Kathir, Rahim, Azim, Shadid, and Ali. Okay, so they are on the pattern of Fa'il. Now, if we want to see the Babe Tafdeel, it will go on the pattern of Af'alu, as we have seen. So Kabir becomes Akbar. Kabir becomes Akbar. If you see here, two things are written: bigger and biggest. I just take a pen and I'll just write it. So okay. So in Babe Tafdeel, here you are seeing bigger and biggest both written. In English, it is big, bigger, biggest. So that is the comparative degree in English. Here the same word Akbar will be used. Akbar. Akbaru. Akbaru means bigger. Biggest. Actually, Akbaru means biggest. But when this is followed by min, it becomes comparative degree. Okay. When it is followed by min, then it is comparative degree. Okay. So Akbar, the word will remain same. I'll take a little thinner pen. Okay. So when it is followed by min, then it will be bigger. Then we are comparing it with something. Akbaru min something else. So then this becomes bigger. ER. Bigger. But when this min is not there, then it will become biggest. Okay, so Akbar means biggest, and that's why when we say Allahu Akbar, Allah is the biggest, Allah is the greatest, is how we translate it, right? So with the same Kabir, when it becomes the pattern of Akbar, then it becomes the biggest, and when it is followed by min, it becomes bigger than. This min will become than, right? So then it becomes comparative degree, right? And biggest is superlative degree, right? So just to compare it with the English grammar, with a lot of you might be already knowing the English grammar. So this point is clear. Kabir becomes Akbar, means biggest, and Akbar min will be bigger. Same way we can take some other words and practice that. So Kathir becomes Akthar. Akthar means most, and that is used in Urdu as well. Aksar aisa hota hai. No, Aksar. Aksar is most, and Aksar min will be more than. So Aksar min something will be more than something, right? So if we add min, it becomes comparative degree. Then Rahim becomes Arham. Arham means most merciful, right? And Arhamin means more merciful than somebody else, right? So Rahim, Arham, and we have Arhamur Rahimin, most merciful of the people who continuously have mercy, right? That's one of the sifat of Allah, Arhamur Rahimin. Azim means great. A'zam means greater. A'zam, and A'zam min will be greater than. Then we have Shadid means severe, and more severe is Ashadda, and comparative will be Ashadda min. Then we have Aliyun, and higher or highest will be A'la, and that is what we always say in our Salah. Subhana Rabbiyal A'la. A'la. So Ain is a little difficult in practice, so just practice it. It should start with a Hamza, and Ain has a sukoon, and it should not have a jhatka also. So it's not A'la, it will be A'la, A'la, A'la. So when single words are there, you can practice those so that you can get your tajweed also right. Everything, if you take together, it becomes easier for you to follow. And here Kaf also will have a little hums, and it will be pronounced as Akbar, Akthar, right? And Ra with a sukoon will have Arham. Ra will have a little bit of vibration when you are saying Arham. Again, here we have A'zam, A'zam. Right, so this is the Tafdeel, Baba Tafdeel. So we have seen Sifat. Sifat means Kabir, Kathir, Rahim, Azim, Shadid, and Ali. And Tafdeel is Akbar, Akthar, Arham, A'zam, Ashadda, and A'la. These are easy, just different words, and just practice it that way. Then Sifat is Alim, Qareeb, on the same pattern, Fa'il, Qareeb, near, Qurb, Qareeb, Qaleel, feminine will be Qalilah, few, lesser, Kareem, noble, Kareemah will be the feminine, Hamid, praiseworthy, Hamidah, Majid, majestic, Majid, majestic. Now, if we take the Bab Tafdeel of that, Alim becomes A'lam, more knowledgeable. Allahu A'lamu, Allah is the most knowledgeable, right? Now, A'lamu min will be more knowledgeable than. Qareeb, near, Aqrab means near. Khalil becomes Aqalla because of the lam, the double lam. The pattern will look slightly different, and the sukoon on the fa kalima is not there now. So Aqrab and Aqalla. Then we have Kareem and Akram. Kareem, Akram. Hamid and Ahmad. Ahmad is one of the name of the Prophet ﷺ also. Most praiseworthy, right? And Ahmadu min will be more praiseworthy than Ahmadu min. Then we have Majid, and also more majestic will be Amjad. Amjad, right? So these are all the names that a lot of people use. Amjad. Now you know the meaning of Amjad versus Majid. Hamid versus Ahmad. Kareem versus Akram, right? Alim versus A'lam. These are a lot of names that people use, and with that it will be easy for you to correlate and memorize. So now we see a different pattern. Fa'il, right? So this we had seen in the Bab Karuma that we have seen last to last grammar 2 lessons back. So we have Karuma and Yakhrumu, and the pattern of the noun there was Kareem, Latufa, Yaltufu, Latif, Hakuma, Yahkumu, Hakim, right? So both have a Dhamma in this Bab Karuma, Karuma, Yakrumu. The past tense also has a Dhamma, and the present tense also has a Dhamma or a Pesh. And the pattern, the noun pattern of that becomes Kareem, Latif, Hakim, and this is Fa'il. Fa'il. Okay. Then we have another pattern, Fa'lan. This indicates again too much of something. So Kasala means to be lazy. Kaslan means too much lazy. Ghadiba means was angry. Ghadban means to be very angry. Right? Fariha means happy. Farhan is too much happy. Right? Jaw'an is hungry. So these are another different patterns of the sifat where it goes on the pattern of fa'lanun. Fa'lanun. So kaslanun, ghadabanun, farhanun, jaw'anun. This is also a way of forming sifat. Sifat in English is adjective. Okay. So we've seen different patterns on how adjectives are formed. One was fa'il, then we had fa'il, then we had afdal akbar on tafdil, on bab tafdil, and now we saw fa'lan. So on that we have kaslan, ghadban, farhan, jaw'an. So this today's chapter is easy, but there are different patterns, so you'll have to just memorize those patterns. Sometimes special words are used to express the intensity, and this is called mubalagha of the actions. So we have a shadda added to it. So fa'ala means he did, fa'il means the doer, fa'al means continuously the one who is doing. We have this in Surah Buruj, fa'alul lima yurid. Fa'al is the one who continuously keeps doing, fa'al. And on that pattern we have Ghaffar. Ghafir is the one who who's giving this thing, repentance. Maghfirah, who's doing maghfirah. Ghaffar is the one who's continuously doing it on and on. It is with intensity. It is not stopping. So that's why Allah Ta'ala is Ghaffar, Al-Ghaffar. Taba Yatubu, Taib, but Tawwab is showing intensity. Tawwab, the one who continuously forgives. Then we have Allam. Allah means the one who knows, intensely knows. No, he's a pakka master in that. So one is Alim, who knows, and Allam means the one who is knowing in details and with complete intensity. So that's why you say Allam. So Ghaffar, Tawwab, Allam, these are all expressing intensity or mubalagha in the adjective. Then you also have Fa'il, which you've already seen, Rahim, Kareem, right? But when it is used with a normal, not with the pattern of Karuma, Karuma anyways has a Kareem, but Sami'a has a Same as the one who listens, right? Same on Fa'il. But here we have Sami. Sami means the one who continuously keeps on listening. Like we had Nasir and Nasir, that way we have Sami and Sami. So that's why Allah Ta'ala is Sami'ul Alim, As-Sami'ul Alim. All hearer and all seer is how it is normally translated, but it actually indicates the intensity of the hearing, and it is continuously happening and not stopping, right? So this is how it differentiates from just a Sami who just listens. So when we are talking and you all are listening, it is Sami, but Allah Ta'ala is listening to me. He's listening to millions and millions of people all over the earth, whatever they are saying. So that is what is the Sami. And also he might be listening to everything, other things happening all around the universes that are there, or galaxies all over. So that is how he's As-Sami, Al-Alim, and Al-Basir. He is continuously seeing everything also at the same time, which is not possible for us. If we are seeing one CCTV, we cannot focus on the other, right? So here Allah Ta'ala is As-Sami'ul Alim. He is having vision of everything at the same time simultaneously, and he's able to hear everything simultaneously. If three people start talking, we don't know what's happening, right? So we are just Sami, we can just listen, but we cannot be Sami. Sami is someone who continuously listens. Then another pattern is Fa'ul. Fa'ul also indicates intensity, and it is a part of Mubalaga. So Mubalaga has three things: Fa'al, Fa'il, and Fa'ul. Fa'ul has Shakur, Shakara, Shakir, but Shakur means it indicates intensity. Same way we have Kafur. Allah Ta'ala sometimes uses the word Kafur, means it indicates that there is so much disobedient or disbelievers. So Shakur, Kafur, Wadud. Wadud is also the same pattern. Wadud indicates loving. So Allah Ta'ala is Wadud. It is all loving or most loving. Next, that also is there in Surah Buruj. Surah Buruj. وَهُوَ الْغَفُورُ الْوَدُودُ. He is most forgiving and most lovable, right? So these are all the sifat also. So that Allah mentions in the Quran, he is calling himself Al-Wadud. He is the most loving God, right? And we have Sabur. Sabur means the one who is very, very patient or continuously patient. Sabur, right? So this indicates intensity. So intensity, we have three things: Fa'al, fa'il and fa'ul. Then we have another one which is fa'ul or fu'ul, right? So in that we have qayyum, qama, yaqumu, qaim, but qayyum means it is indicating intensity. So Allah Ta'ala, one of the names is Al-Qayyum. He is making things stand, or he is establisher, or establishes, or is continuously establishing, right? And that's how we use the word, same word for establishing salah, aqama salah, right? So this is, from that comes qayyum, qayyum, on the pattern of fa'ul or fu'ul. Then we have subuh, subuh, and we have quddus. Quddus means sacred, and subuh also subhana rabbiyal, subhan and subuh. So in the dua that is read towards the end, we have one subuhun quddusun rabbul malaikatu war ruh. So there we have subuh, quddus. It is intensity. So it indicates intensity of the words, right? So when you know that some words are having that intensity with the grammar knowledge, then your recitation and your thing will become that way, and you'll be asking in that way, inshallah. So these are the different patterns. We still have time, so I think should we just go with it once more so that it will be easier for you to remember, because this is the last slide. We'll just have a short revision, so we can just go back and revise all of this again. It is not very complicated, but they're just different patterns. Okay, so Kabir, Kathir, Rahim, Azim, Shadid, and Ali. And when we go to the Bab Tafdeel or comparative superlative degree, Kabir becomes Akbar, Akthar, Arham, A'zam, Ashadda, and A'la. Right? So the pattern is Af'alu, Af'alu. And the other pattern of Tafdeel is right. Ali becomes A'lam, Qareeb becomes Aqrab, Aqrab, and Aqalla Qalil becomes Aqalla, Kareem becomes Akram, and Hamid becomes Ahmad, Majid becomes Amjad. Other patterns are again same: Kareem, Latif, Hakim, Fa'lan, Kaslan, Ghadaban, Farhan, Jaw'an is lazy, angry, happy, and hungry. And one more word in that can be Atashan, means thirsty, Atashan, with a to. Then we have Mubalagha. Mubalagha indicates intensity. So Fa'al has Ghaffar, Tawwab, Allam, and Fa'il has Rahim, Sami. Fa'ul has Shakur, Kafur, Wadud, and Sabur. And Fa'ul has Qayyum, Subuh, and Quddus. Right? So if you just write it once, and these are the words which are normally recited, and a lot of words you already know. So just make it a pattern, and remember that these are all different types of the adjectives, and Bab Tafdeel and Mubalagha that indicates intensity of the adjectives, right? So this is what we have for today. Any questions in this? Any questions on the adjectives sifat that we did? We have done sifat today, we have done tafdeel, and we have done mubalagha. So there are 3-4 points that we have covered today.
In af'alu, sifat, akbar, aksar.
Yeah.
In all this, all are this ending with dhamma, single dhamma, no?
Yes, correct.
Ashaddu, a'la, except
yeah, this also should be akramu, actually. Akramu.
Akbaru,
they put a shadda here, but it should be akramu. It is af'alu, akbaru, with a single dhamma.
A'zamu, ashaddu.
Right. A'zamu, aqrabu.
A'la.
A'la is that is because of the ya. That is because of the alif.
Aqrabu.
Yeah, this is because of this ya, because this ya without dots.
Yeah. Will be aqallu.
Here, but ala will always have a fatha, because this is undeniable. This ya is undeniable. It will not have ya, you, no. It will always be the sound, like Musa and Isa. Ala will always have a sound. Alif, it is alif maksura. It is alif basically.
Similarly, it will be aqalla, na?
Aqalla, yeah. with on the pattern of it will be aqallu.
Ahmad.
Aqallu. Fewer. Aqallu. Akbaru. Aqallu. This also
Yeah.
is showing a dhamma here, but it should be akramu. It should be a pesh here. Ahmadu. Amjadu. But when we are stopping there, we say Amjadu or Ahmadu. That way.
Aqal will be aqallu.
Aqallu, yes, it will be aqallu. It will be with the dhamma.
Chalo.
Only because of this double lam, it is having a shadda here.
And the last, except the kafur word, all are Allah's name, no?
Yeah, right. So whenever we are saying that it is Allah's name, al should be added. Then it becomes Allah's name. So Shakur will not be Allah's name. Ash-Shakur will be Allah's name. Al-Wadud will be Allah's name. As-Sabur. Right. Any other questions? It's actually a very simple chapter, but just try to remember the different types and formats. But most of the words are used, so I think it will not be difficult. If you just take that word and remember it, it should be okay. Like Rahim, you know that it's fa'il, right? Ghaffar is also a used word, so you will know that. Qayyum, Subbuh, Quddus. Just write it once, and inshallah you'll remember. So what you can do is write the formats like fa'al, fa'il, fa'ul, and your sifat and tafdeel, and just write all these words. So with that, inshallah, it will be easy for you. It's just this 3-4 pages. That's it. 3-4 tables. So I'll keep the group open. Just let me know if everybody wants a little early. We can start early. No problem. Then your whole Sunday is available to you. After that, you can put in the group. I put the question in the group and I'll open the group so that you all can answer, inshallah. I'll stop the recording.